drishtva purovachaha prajapatihi anena prasavishyadvam eshavostvishtaka madhuk. So in the beginning of creation, the Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Shri Krishna, what he does, he sent forth generations of men and demigods, along with sacrifices for Vishnu, and blessed them by saying, be thou happy by this yajna, sacrifice, because its performance will bestow upon you everything desirable for living happily and achieving liberation. So generations of men, at the same time, demigods were created. And demigods, what they do? Devan bhavayatanena te deva bhavayantuvaha parasparam bhavayantaha shreya paramavapsitha. So the demigods, being pleased by the sacrifices, will also please you. And thus, by cooperation between men and demigods, prosperity will reign for all. So that is the purpose of sending the demigods. The demigods are the powerful administrators in the realm, you can say, in the administration, the powerful administrators in the administration of Lord Krishna. They are Vaishnavas because they are serving Krishna. So then the question arises, how to identify the principal demigods, or who are the principal demigods? So there are 33 crore Devi Devatas. 33 crore demigods or Devi Devatas. Among them, 5 principal demigods have been spoken. The 5 principal demigods comes Lord Shiva, Goddess Durga, Ganesha, Surya, and Brahma. So Brahmaji in his Brahma Samhita very clearly glorifies Lord Ganesha. Tadva very nicely says, Yadapada pallavigam vinidhaya kumbha dvandve pranama samaye saganadirajan vignan vihantu malamasya jagatrayasya govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. Yadapada pallavigam vinidhaya kumbha. So what Ganesha does, he keeps his kumbha at the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. Yadapada Pallava Yugam. Pallava Yugam means, Pallava means boat. The lotus feet of Krishna, Yugam means 2. Yadapada Pallava Yugam Vinidhaya Kumbha. Yada means Lord. Lord Krishna's lotus feet is compared to the boat or the shelter. Pallava also means shelter. So Lord Krishna's lotus feet, which is compared to the shelter. Now, what is the work of Ganesha? He keeps his lotus feet, his kumbha, 2 kumbha, tumuli, at the lotus feet of Krishna. And then derives the benediction from Lord Krishna to remove all our inauspiciousness in the life, to remove all the hurdles which come in the path of devotional service. That is the work of Ganesha. Ganesha's work is to remove all the inauspiciousness in our life, to remove the hurdles which come in the path of devotional service. That is a benediction which Lord Krishna gives to Ganesha. So let us glorify some of the verses of Ganesha. Because we know how Ganesha is called as Lambodharaya, Vakratundaya. Some few verses which are glorifying Ganesha. Om Ekadantaya Vidmahe Vakratundaya Dhimahi Tanno Buddhi Prachodayat. Let us meditate on Shri Ganesha, the Lord with 1 tusk. May that Lord with curved elephant trunk inspire and illumine our mind and understanding. Prachodayat means let me meditate upon Lord Ganesha, who is the Lord of wisdom. Lord Ganesha is known as Lord of wisdom. He gives the wisdom. He is Ekadantaya Vidmahe. Ekadanta. He has taken one tusk to do a most greatest activity which has been done in this 10 days of Bhadrapad. That also we'll discuss. Ekadantaya Vidmahe Vakratundaya Dhimahi. Vakratunda. Vakratunda means Vakratunda. Tunda. Vakratundaya. Tunda means what? Trunk. Vakra means curved elephant trunk. So he is half human body and half head. Half the upper part is elephant head. Gajarana Bhuja Gadadishe Sevitam Kapita Jambhu Falacharu Bhaktashanam Umasutam Shoka Vinashakarakam Namami Vigneshwara Padapankajam. So, O elephant-faced Ganesha, you are worshipped by the existing beings of all the living beings. What is he doing? He is a son of Uma, and he is tasting the elephant apple, Kaitha, Jambolana, Jamun. In this way, O destroyer of grief, I bow down at your feet. You are the principal demigod, your Lord of all Lord, principal demigod. There is Ganesha Gayatri Mantra for increasing our intellect. So Ganesha is Lord of wisdom. So why a devotee prays to Ganesha? To get that intellect which Ganesha has. What is that intellect? He always keeps his elephant head, bows down his elephant head with the tumuli at the lotus feet of Krishna. He is a great Vaishnava. Om Lambodharaya Vidmahe Mahodaraya Dhimahi Tanno Dhanti Prachodayat. So let me meditate on that God with broad paunch, Lambodharaya. Oh God, with a big belly, give me higher intellect, and let the elephant-faced one illuminate my mind. It is said among the elephants, among the animals, elephant has higher intellect. Elephant has been given the higher intellect. Now, elephant-faced Ganesha, he can easily illumine the mind of any conditioned souls if they sincerely worship him for achieving the highest goal. Om Tat Purushaya Vidmahe Vakratundaya Dhimahi Tanno Dhanti Prachodayat. So Om. See, every syllable here, it is Gayatri. Gayatri starts from Om, Dhimahi will come, Prachodayati will come. So these are all the Gayatri for Ganesha. Now, elephant face symbolizes Om because it is similar to Om. If you draw Om, it is similar to the elephant face. Om Tat Purushaya, you are the great male. You have a broken tusk, Vakratundaya Dhimahi. You can easily give me higher intellect. See the prayers which has to be asked to Ganesha. These are all the Gayatri of Ganesha. And what is asked? Give me higher intellect. And then there is a Ganesha Mula Mantra. Om Shri Hrim Klim Glaum Gam Ganapataye Swaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Gam Gau Ganapataye Vigna Vinashini Swaha. So this is the Mula Mantra. The Mula Mantra, Ganesha Mula Mantra. What is asked? Vigna Vinashi. You have got this prediction of removing all the vignas which come in my life. There are 3 types of tapa which makes a conditioned soul suffer in this material world. Adhyatmik tapa, Adidaiva tapa, Adibhautik tapa. So all these tapas can be easily removed by Ganesha if a person asks for higher intellect. And that higher intellect is devotional service to Krishna. If a devotee is keen, if a conditioned soul somehow comes in contact with a devotee and understands his conditioning, then he can ask to Ganesha that higher intellect. That higher intellect is keen to perform devotional service. So a living entity can be easily delivered from this material world. There are 12 wonderful names of Ganesha. Many names are there. There is Dwadasha Namavali of Shri Ganesha. Om Sumukhaya Namaha. Sumukhaya means he has a beautiful face. Om Ekadantaya Namaha. Oh, he has one tooth. Om Kapilaya. Om Kapilaya Namaha. Om Gaja Karnakaya Namaha. So he has the ears of an elephant. Om Lambodharaya Namaha, a big belly. Om Vikataya Namaha, one who is ferocious. Om Vigranashaya Namaha, oh, he is the destroyer of all our obstacles. Om Vinayakaya Namaha, oh, he has all the good qualities. Then Om Dhumraketave Namaha, he has a smoky color. Om Ganadhyakshaya Namaha, he is a leader of Ganas. Ganas are the one of the species. He is a leader of Ganas. Om Bhalachandraya Namaha, one who wears the moon on his head. Om Gajananaya Namaha, who has the face of an elephant. So such a wonderful description has been given in the Dwadasha Namavali of Ganesha. So this is the Bhadrapada Ganesh Chaturthi. It so happens Narada visits Vyasa. Vyasa has written all the wonderful Vedas. He has put in writing. At the same time, Mandana Prabhu, please mute your phone. He has put the Vedas into writing. And then he has described the Puranas. He has described the Itihasas. Everything is done, but Vyasa is still despondent. He is not feeling that happiness. So he himself is thinking, what must be the cause of my unhappiness, even after giving so much of knowledge to the living entities? At that time, Narada comes to his cottage at Badrikashram. Now he is asking the reason to Narada. Narada again says, why don't you only find out what is the reason? He says, I'm not able to find out. Can you please help me in identifying my unhappiness, even after giving so much? And Narada says, there are powerful verses in Srimad Bhagavatam, which are the, can say, the reason of Bhagavatam's appearance, why Bhagavatam evolved. And also, that is the future prediction of the future prediction of ISKCON, International Society for Krishna Consciousness. So in this way, na yad vachas chitra padam harir yasho jagat pavitram pravutta karichit tad vayasam tirtam ushanti manasaha. Na yad tat vayasam ushanti manasaha. Na yatra hamsaha nirmanti ushikshaya. So Hamsa Purusha will not like the work what you have done, oh Vyasa. You have given Vedas, no doubt. You have given Vedas, but what happened? It is considered to be Vayasam Tirtham. So what is the meaning of Vayasam Tirtham? The pilgrimage of crows. Because you have not enough described the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Nayad vachas chitrapadam harerisho jagat pavitram prakrita karichit. The glorification of Krishna can easily purify the whole world. Jagat pavitram prakrita karhiche. Tadvayasam tirtham ushanti manasaha. It is considered as vayasam tirtham. Nayatra hamsa nirmanti shikshaha. Hamsa Purusha will not like to get involved in the things what he have given. Because in the Vedas, so much of karma and activities you have given. The solutions to remove the material difficulties, all these things you have given. But entanglement in the material life has also been encouraged. That is why Hansa Purusha will not like to read your Vedas. But then what you should do then? Tadvag visargo janataga viplavo asmin pratishlokam abhattavati api namani anantasya shvankitani shruvanti gayanti gunanti sadavaha. So what you should do? Create a literature which is going to bring viplavaha, the revolution in the hearts of people. A revolution in the hearts of people has been spoken. So a revolution in the hearts of people can be seen, that how Srila Prabhupada can be seen, that very, very wonderful evidence is how Srila Prabhupada took Srimad Bhagavatam and made all the hippies to happies. Revolution means it is not step-by-step evolution. It is drastic change in the people. It's a drastic change. So, Tadvaga Visargo Janataga Viplavo Yasmin Prati Shlokam. In every shloka, Narada says to Vyasa, why don't you describe the holy name of Krishna? Every shloka, just describe the holy name of Krishna. So in this way, now Vyasa determined to write the commentary on Vedanta Sutra. First, what he did, he condensed the Vedas into sutras. Sutras means formulas. Then those formulas, which is nearly about 520 formulas, every formula were given a commentary. The formula starts with Om Namo Bhagavate. Om Namo Bhagavate. So it starts like this. Please mute your phones, Hare Krishna. Mute your phones. Mandana Prabhu, please mute your phone. So then Athato Brahma Jigyasa. That is how the Vedanta Sutra starts. Athato Brahma Jigyasa. Who is that Brahma Jigyasa? Who is that Brahman? Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Then Janmadhyasya Tonvayadi Tarata. So in this way, the Vedanta Sutra, he started writing Vedanta Sutras and then giving natural commentary to these sutras. Because if you are a human, first thing you should start with Athato Brahma Jigyasa. If the Jigyasa is not there, who am I? What is my position? Who is God? Is there life after death? So many questions are there. This is Brahma Jigyasa. So that is how these Vedanta Sutras were formulated, and then natural commentary was given, but he wanted someone to take up the task of writing. At that time, Ganesha comes to Badrikashram, and then Lord Ganesha then sees Vyasa and comes to Vyasa and asks if any service he wants him to do. Then Vyasa says, why don't you help me in writing Bhagavatam? Immediately, Ganesha removes one tusk. That is why Ekadantaya Vidmahe. He removes one tusk and starts to write. Now, Vyasa says, he tells to Vyasa, Ganesha tells to Vyasa, the moment you stop, I will also stop writing. You go on telling, I will go on writing. It's not so easy to go on telling. You need a pause. Because to formulate another shloka, you need some small fraction of pause. Then Vyasa says, you do one thing. You write after you understand. Even to understand also takes one second or a fraction of second. So in this way, both Vyasa and Ganesha wrote Srimad Bhagavatam. Vyasa was going on speaking, Ganesha is going on writing Srimad Bhagavatam. That is why Bhadrapad, is 10 days of Srimad, this 10 days of Ganesh Chaturthi is the dedication with Ganesha did for writing Srimad Bhagavatam or putting into writing Srimad Bhagavatam, helping Vyasa. Removing one tusk, it's not so easy. One tooth comes out of our mouth, then what happens? We feel very troublesome. So removing one danta is also not so easy, but still he has taken the trouble to remove one tusk and put the highest, or you can say the summary of all the Vedas, that is Srimad Bhagavatam. It is the essence of all the Vedas. Nigamakalpatarorgalitam palam shukamukadamritadarva samnitam pibata bhagavatam rasamalayam muhuravo rasika bahuvivavakaha. That is how it is the Nigama Kalpataror. It is a Kalpataru. Kalpataru means it is the desire tree. Nigama Kalpataru. Galitam Phalam. It has fallen from that Vedas. If Vedas are compared to Kalpataru, then Srimad Bhagavatam falls from that Vedas. And Srimad Bhagavatam is the ripened fruit of all the Vedas that has been spoken. It is a ripened fruit of all the Vedas. And where you find this ripened fruit, it is found in the mouth of Shukadeva Goswami. Who is Shukadeva Goswami? Shukadeva Goswami is the parrot of Srimati Radharani. That is why Shukadeva Goswami adds more sweetness to Srimad Bhagavatam. Rasikaha bhuvi bhavukaha. And all the rasikas, they love to hear, chant, and speak Srimad Bhagavatam. Hear and chant Srimad Bhagavatam and serve Srimad Bhagavatam nashtaprayesha vadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya. So this is the greatest work Lord Ganesha has done in these 10 days. So that is why devotees, they love Ganesha. They love Ganesha because he has given them the most important treasure. The most important treasure. Like you love an author, but you don't love his work. It doesn't work. You love the author because he has given the most important book to you. So Lord Ganesha is the author of Srimad Bhagavatam, authored in the sense in putting into writing, and Vyasa goes on speaking. So author in one sense is Vyasa, and for helping Vyasa into putting in writing, this is Ganesha. So Ganesha is loved by everyone. Ganesha is responsible to take care of this material world also. Whatever prosperity a materialistic person wants, he prays to Ganesha. Actually, he doesn't understand that Ganesha can give him the highest treasure, but still they pray for some materialistic benefit. So Ganesha, the present Ganesha, has 4 hands because he is the Nitya Mukta from Vaikuntha planet. The post of Ganesha is vacant. So a Nitya Mukta is sent in the post of Ganesha. Ganesha is actually a post, and only very exalted personalities can take up this post. So Lord Ganesha, the present Lord Ganesha, is the Nitya Mukta of the Vaikuntha planet. That is why 4-handed Ganesha. It is said he is the Lord of thresholds. Now what is thresholds? The entrance. On the top of the entrance in every temple, we have the Murti of Ganesha or Vigraha of Ganesha. Even when the 6 Goswamis, they build the temples of Govindji, Madan Mohan, Gopinath, the door has the Murti of Ganesha. Because the temple is about transcendence. It is about the 3 modes of material nature. Material world has only 3 dimensions. That is length, width, breadth. This length, width, and breadth, and can only measure some dead stuff. But the spiritual world is above 3 dimensions, because in the spiritual world comes consciousness. That is how Ganapati, who is a lord of Ganas, he can give this spiritual consciousness. That is why in the temples on the top, Ganesha is kept. Even if you go to Gopinath temple also, in the threshold, that is entrance, you will find Ganesha on the top of the door, removing the vignas for the devotees. He is the Lord of astrology. You know, when astrological charts are made, what is written? The first name which is written is Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. That is how the Janma Kundali or the astrological chart is made, because he's the language of the stars and is also the destiny of every living entity. This way, Ganesha is glorified. This Om is actually Krishna's symbol. And Krishna gives his symbol to Ganesha. The face symbolizes Om. Now, Ganesha has various symbols. He has one tusk, big belly, 2 big ears, 4 hands. His Vahana is Mushaka. Now, every organ of Ganesha has a specific purpose. Every organ. And also the Ayudha, the symbols which he carries in the 4 hands, that also symbolizes various significant aspects. And the Mushaka also has meaning. So let us see. So first thing, let us describe the 2 Ayudhas in his 2 hands. The 4 hands. Now first 2 hands let us take. There is a nose. You know what is nose? Fanda. Gale ka fanda using fanda. Fanda means noose. The rope is it is tied on the end. That is known as noose. In one hand, there is ankush. That means goad, ankush. Sometimes there is an axe also. So what is this noose? So noose, what it does, it catches those living entities who want to get freed from the illusion. So when they come to Ganesha, they are asking bhakti. Actually, for the demigods or the devatas, it is upasana. But this person, he went and asked bhakti. He was not knowing anything. He thinks, okay, Lord Ganesha is all in all. But just because he asked bhakti, Lord Ganesha knows that bhakti, bhaktaha, Bhagavan. So bhakti is only for Krishna. And Lord Ganesha is a Vaishnava, and he has come and he has come to Ganesha and is asking bhakti. Then what Lord Ganesha will give? Bhakti to him, love for devotional service to Krishna. And also this noose represents that how a person is caught in this material world. How is he dragged in this material world? And that is because of the attachment what he has, the desires which is asking to Lord Ganesha, the material desires. And these material desires, Lord Ganesha is showing, see this noose. This noose is nothing but entanglement in this material world. But if you really want bhakti, you can come to me and I will deliver you from this material attachments. And also, this noose represents that how he pulls the devotee. You have to pull the devotee, then how will you pull? You will pull by taking the noose and just taking the devotees to him and giving them the highest supreme personality of Godhead, the highest truth, the absolute truth. So he has a noose in the hand. So when the devotees take darshan of Lord Ganesha, they should always ask, oh Lord Ganesha, put me in your nose and take me to Krishna. Put me in your nose and teach me the highest truth. Teach me the devotional service to Krishna. Now, what is this Ankusha or the goad representing? This Ankusha represents, what is Ankush? When a mad elephant has to be tamed, then there is an Ankush. The Mahot, what he does, he goes on beating the mad elephant and training that mad elephant to walk towards the goal. So in this way, whatever pride we have, oh Ganesha, please remove it by beating my pride with that Ankush. Just beat my pride with that Ankush and lead me to the highest goal of life. And that is divine royalty, walking in the divine path. And then we have another two hands of Ganesha. And that one hand is giving the benediction. Okay, you want material benefit, take it. But there is news also on the top of that, of the hand which is giving material benefit. Sometimes replacing Ankush, there is axe. What is this axe representing? You want material benefit? Okay, what will I do with that axe? I will cut off all the desires what you have for this material benefit. The same material benefit will cause problem to you. So at that time when you realize, then I will remove all the obstacles which come in your path of realization. And for a devotee, how to meditate on the acts of Ganesha? Oh Lord Ganesha, please remove all the obstacles which is coming in the path of devotional service. Please bless me. Please remove all the fears which is there in my consciousness. That is how the Varada Mudra, that means the hand which is giving the benediction, there the devotee is asking, please give me the blessings of assuring fearlessness, the blessing of becoming fearlessness. And Lord Ganesha assures that. He says, yes, I will give you fearlessness. And what is the real meaning of fearlessness? Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja ampam sarvapapebhyo moksheshyami ma shuchaha. Ma shuchaha. The complete fearlessness can be attained only when a person takes shelter of Krishna. Sarvadharman parityajya. That means giving up all the Kaitava dharma. Kaitava dharma means the duties or the desires for having material benefits. So all this Kaitava dharma can be easily removed by a Vaishnava. So Lord Ganesha is a Vaishnava. He is a representative of Krishna. And on behalf of Krishna, he can remove the fearlessness, fear. He can give fearlessness. He can remove the fear from the hearts of the devotees. And then in another hand, he has modak, or you can say a rice ball, sweet rice ball, modak. So what is it representing? A good sadhana. When you do something good, then your father, mother, they give you some sweet. So it represents that siddhi. And what is that siddhi? The siddhi of bhakti is prema. This modak is given only to the devotees or the living entities who have come out of the conditioning and start realizing their problems, their material problems, and start realizing the nature of this material world. Then Lord Ganesha, when he sees this inclination in the hearts of the living entities, immediately he gives modak. This modak has been given to him by Srimati Radharani. Srimati Radharani's favorite item is modak. And then she gives this modak to her great devotee, that is Ganesha. So this is Riddhi Siddhi. Siddhi represents prema to Krishna. Then he has a big stomach. Why he has a big stomach? Because his whole material manifestation is within him. If a person wants to drag himself in the material world, then Ganesha says, okay, enter my stomach. You can enter my stomach and then just go on repeating your birth and death cycle. But if you really want to come out of it, then take the shelter of Lord Krishna. Then what is this big ears? Big ears represents that absolute truth. Ganesha is keen in hearing and understanding the absolute truth, which he did with Vyasa. That is an absolute truth. And this absolute truth has positive vibrations. And what is the benefit of understanding absolute truth? It throws away all our false words, non-virtuous words. It throws away all our vices. By just getting this positive vibration, one removes all the vices. That is why when you look at the ears of Lord Ganesha, understand these ears have been filled with positive vibrations of absolute truth. Then Lord Ganesha, he has 2 feet. The 2 feet represents, what it represents, 2 feet. The 2 feet represents, one is hard work. Another one is the goal. So he encourages a conditioned soul to do hard work because their aim is just to do hard work and get material benefit. That is how Ganesha is also a reddish in color. If you see, though he is smoky in color, but he is applied this red vermilion, kumkum, sindoor you can say. So why? Because when you do hard work, the whole body becomes red. Circulation of blood is too much. So when the circulation of blood is too much, you appear to be very reddish. So Lord Ganesha gives a benediction also to work hard. He gives that strength to work hard. At the same time, he gives that inclination to attain the absolute truth. So one of the feet of Ganesha is walking towards the absolute truth. Freedom from all these so-called hard work, which is only making us roam in this material world. Then he has a big tusk, a long tusk. This long tusk, one single tusk, one tusk, one absolute truth. Broken tusk, 2 tusks, no? One is broken, one is broken, one is full. So that one full tusk represents that one absolute truth. And then one broken tusk represents his hard work to put that greatest truth in writing. At the same time, that half tusk represents the nature of this ever-changing material world. Then, what is this Mushaka representing? The false ego. He is sitting on that Mushak and declaring to the whole world that I have conquered this false ego. And this Mushaka also represents the desire to enjoy material pleasure. So when this desire to enjoy material pleasure comes, he goes to Ganesha to ask material benefits. And what Ganesha does? He gives the material benefit, at the same time he has an axe to cut off the material attachments. So he sits on the Mushaka and declares. So he sits on that false consciousness. Very clearly in the Bhagavad Gita it has been given, Kamaisteste Rutagyana Prapadyante Anya Devataha, whose intelligence has been stolen. Now Ganesha wants to give back that intelligence. But if the intelligence is stolen by the material desires, then Ganesha sits on the Mushaka, which is the representative of this Kamaistester Rutagyana, the intellect which has been deprived, the intellect which has been stolen. So Ganesha sits on the Mushaka and shows to the whole world that people in ignorance, they come to me to ask material benefit. Though I give to these ignorant people like small child, that's a small child. What the small child will do? The small child asks some lollipop. Then mother gives a lollipop to go to the school. He doesn't want to go to the school. Then mother gives some lollipop and encourages the child to go to the school. Isn't it? Encourages the child to go to the school, but at the same time wants to remove the habit, of eating lollipop. In the same way, Lord Ganesha also wants us to remove this habit of asking any material benefit. So what is the highest benefit which we can ask to Lord Ganesha? That keep me in your nose and drag me to Krishna. Keep me in your nose and remove all my material attachment. Remove this karma pasha. It's not so easy to come out of this pasha. Pasha is that attachment. In the Gajendra Moksha prayers also, this Sunday we dealt with the same topic. This pasha is not so easy to come out. Pasha means attachment for one's own body and mind, attachment to one's people who are attached to this body, the family members, the sons, the daughters, attachment to one's nation, attachment to one's society. So all this attachment is not so easy. So when you look at Ganesha, because from today many go and take darshan of Lord Ganesha. The devotees, when they go and take darshan of Lord Ganesha, first thing what you should see is the wonderful ears of Lord Ganesha, which is filled with the spiritual topics given by Vyasa. So these spiritual topics, that is Srimad Bhagavatam, which he has given to us, that is only going to liberate us from this material world. So that before the ears, actually, when you take darshan, you should take darshan from the lotus feet, isn't it? Even for the devotees also, he is a Param Vaishnava. So when you look at the lotus feet of Ganesha, what you should see? Oh, so much of hard work a person wants, then Ganesha has one feet. Another feet represents mukti, or you can say siddhi. That siddhi is that ultimate prema for Krishna. And the belly, yes, if we really want material benefit, will be put in this conditioning of this material manifestation. And then the hands. Yes, the hands has the nose, the axe. Sometimes there is an axe, sometimes there is a gourd or ankush. And one hand is Hasta Mudra, or you can say the benediction, that is Varada Mudra. The blessings to remove all the obstacles which come in the path of devotional service. The axe to cut off all our attachment, all our vices, all our obstacles. And then eager to take Radharani's prasad. Because Radharani gives to Ganesha and Ganesha gives to everyone. That is the ultimate prasad. The ultimate prasada sarva dukkhana hani rasyo pajayate. So the ultimate mercy of Krishna can be taken from Lord Ganesha. If a person understands the position of Lord Ganesha in this, why Krishna has sent Lord Ganesha in this material world, so that Lord Ganesha can bring all the suffering living entities to Krishna. But out of ignorance, if a person wants to get entangled in this material world, then the big belly is there of Lord Ganesha. Then he has a wonderful elephant head, which symbolizes Om. He has 2 ears, which symbolizes the intellect, the highest intellect, the highest wisdom, that is why Lord of Wisdom, the highest wisdom, which he got from Vyasa. One tusk, That is full actually. It is not half. One tusk represents the absolute truth. The absolute truth is only one, that is truth about Krishna. And then half tusk represents the incompleteness of this material world. How this material world, though is complete, but incomplete without devotion. And it is temporary. The half tusk represents temporary nature of this material world. And then half tusk also represents the hard work which Lord Ganesha has done to give bhakti to the conditioned souls. So in this way, when a devotee goes to take darshan of Lord Ganesha, go with full knowledge. Don't be allergic to the word devatas, demigods. Don't do that. That is one of the nama paradhas. Devatas are given certain tasks by Lord Krishna. They are Vaishnavas. They have been given the task of uplifting the living entities and bringing them back to Krishna. When you say Sarvadharman Parityaja, yes, when a person has taken shelter of Krishna, he doesn't have to do any other thing, because all other things automatically come in the worship of Krishna. It is not that he is not doing any other thing. He is doing a highest thing. He is doing the highest worship. So all worship is automatically included in the worship of Krishna. But still, if there is a desire to worship the principal demigods, that is Lord Shiva, Goddess Durga, Ganesha, Brahmaji, and then Surya Devata, then one should worship with knowledge. If that knowledge is not there, then material benefits will only make us suffer. So here we'll stop. Any questions you can ask. If you have any questions, you can ask. No questions.
Hare Krishna Mataji, may I ask?
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Okay, Mataji, what should be the sequence of prayer? Because हमने कहा है कि गणेशा को सबसे पहले pray करते हैं. So whether it is
Yes.
Guru Mantra or the prayer for Ganesha.
When you do any havan, it starts with Ganesha.
Okay.
Because to perform the havan, like when a devotee performs the havan, Vaishnava performs the havan, he performs the havan with the Lord of Ganesha. Who is the Lord of Ganesha? The elephant form of Krishna, Vishwakshena. So the eternal Ganesha is Vishwakshena, the elephant form of Krishna. And elephant form of Krishna, Ganesha, that is Vishwakshena, gives the benediction to the Ganesha who has come in this material world to help the living entities either to prosper in this material world, but cut off the prosperity if a living entity desires to walk in the path of devotional service. So a material person, when he performs the sacrifices, he worships Ganesha. When a devotee performs sacrifices, the first puja he does is Ganesha puja. That is Vishwakshena puja. Because he bridges the gap between material world and the spiritual world. And Guru Acharya, yes, Guru Acharya has to be worshipped. Guru Acharya is said, Acharya mam vijaniyam navamanyeta karhichit. Namartya buddhya suyeta sarvadevo mayo guru. Even devatas like to worship acharyas. So there is a vidhi of performing sacrifices. And there is a vidhi of performing your chanting, of doing a chanting process. When you're doing the chanting process, you have to worship first your spiritual master, from whom you have got the initiation, and the spiritual master of one spiritual master, that is the Prabhupada, and then start the worship. I would start chanting the holy name. Okay?
Hare Krishna, Mataji, Dandat Pranam.
Yeah.
In Ganesha Puja, we do generally 9 days or 3 days. What is that number of days we do puja?
Actually,
What is
yeah, this 1.5 day, this 5 day, this 3 days.
exactly?
That is not given in Ganapatya Agamas. Vedas has the Agamas. Agamas means the methodology of how to worship Lord Ganesha. So in these 10 days, Bhagavatam is studied. Just because some political movement, we know Tilak, Lokmanya Tilak, he started this Mandal Puja, Ganesh Mandals. This 1.5 day, this 3 days, this 5 days, not there in Agamas. Whole 10 days worship is there. Whole 10 days worship by studying Bhagavatam, by distributing Bhagavatam to as many people as possible. And glorifying Ganesha. How much Ganesha will be happy? Just see, you sit and read Bhagavatam in front of him, Ganesha will be more happy. Because when you write a book, you want your book to be read. So Ganesha will be more happy.
That means Mataji, he started writing Bhagavatam in this period. Otherwise, Ganesha has written the Bhagavatam. That's the reason we need to read every
In
day
this
Bhagavatam
millennium,
in this 9 days.
in this millennium, Ganesha wrote Bhagavatam. Every millennium, there are different leelas which is happening. For this millennium, we are only talking about this millennium, isn't it? In this millennium, Vyasa put Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam in writing. So when the Bhagavatam is put into writing, yes, Lord Ganesha, the position of Lord Ganesha is Nitya Mukta. And he is only capable of glorifying Krishna. Okay. Yes, Sanjay Prabhu.
Then Mataji, I'm sorry, why he has
Okay.
written Bhagavatam with this is trunk? Because when he started writing, any
He
connection
did not have
for
any
that?
pen there. He did not have pen. So he used his trunk as a tusk as the pen.
Otherwise, any connection, but because this material world is not permanent, he wants to indirectly wants to say that.
That is why half tusk shows the that is how this material world is ashashvatam, dukkhalayam. And removing the tusk is showing that with this half tusk, I'm going to give you the absolute truth. Okay?
Hare Krishna Mataji, Danvat Pranam.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Mataji, most of the contents of the class which I could hear from you is against the common understanding or maybe understanding of the common people. So let's say if we try to narrate the same understanding to other people, people may question that what's the source of all this thing. So can I get the source of this? So
I'll send you.
Yes,
send you
Mataji.
everything. The source is Manadi Swami's explanation about Ganesh. And then also the source is you have the Gayatri mantras of Ganesha. From the Gayatri mantras of Ganesha, Manidi Swami has given this lecture.
Okay, Mataji. I would love to read those.
I'm sending.
Yes. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Indu Mataji.
Mataji sent to all.
I'm putting now. Everything I'll put. Yes.
Hare Krishna Mataji, wonderful glorification of Lord Ganesha.
Your daughter only helped me. Sugandhi, your daughter only helped me in giving all this.
One line pastime shall I share? In Chota, when we were small, this Leela, our parents used to narrate that Shiva Parvati were sitting and they had a Jnana Padam. Padam means fruit. One Jnana Padam they had, and the two brothers were there, Ganesha and Karthik. So they will say, whoever circumambulates the world 3 times will get Jnana Padam. So Ganesha, Karthik goes around the world. Meanwhile, Ganesha applies his intelligence and he circumambulates his mother and father, Shiva Parvati 3 times, and he collects Jnana Padam. So when Karthik comes back,
so in one of the millennium, this happens. There is Brahma Vaivartaka Purana. where in the Brahma Vaivarta Purana about the Ganesha of this millennium has been spoken. In the Shiva Purana, Ganesha Purana, that is Agama, Ganapatya Agamas worship, there about the Ganesha, the tusk, how the whole phase, how it has come, how Lord Shiva fought with his own son, cut off his head, and all those things. There is in 1 millennium.
Mataji, darshan of my Radha Kunj Bihari and Ganesha sitting at the lotus
Jai.
feet
Jai.
and the Guru Maharaj.
Very nice. In
Hare
Dubai. In Dubai,
Yes,
you do all. Bring
Yes.
everyone in devotional service. Now you have gone as a representative of Ganesha there. Bring
My
everyone.
darshan of Jagannath ji. मैं भी flower डालना है.
Jai. Okay, Gajendra Sutta Prabhu, you have some doubt. Indu Dikshit Mataji has some doubt. Yes, Indu Dikshit Mataji, you tell.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. My doubt is related with that. Ladies can chant the Gayatri month for any of the demigods, because I have heard this ki in Vedic literature it is mentioned ladies can't
Actually,
chant the
ladies
Gayatri
cannot
mantra.
chant Gayatri Mantra, but a Vaishnavi can chant a Gayatri Mantra
Okay.
if she has been qualified by her Guru Maharaj.
Okay.
That is how Brahman initiation is also given to Mataji.
Okay.
Only a Vaishnavi can do that. Any common lady cannot do, because common ladies are anyhow Striyo Vaishyas Tadha Shudras, not capable.
Okay. So my Guru Diksha is not yet happened, so I can't chant. I mean, I am offering the jal daily to the Lord's Son, so I can't chant that time
No.
the Gayatri for Son.
No.
Oh,
At that time, you can chant one verse, which I'll put in the group.
okay.
That is it. Chakshuresha Savita Sakala Grahanam Raja Samasta Suramurtira Sheshate Jayasya Gaya Brahmati Samvrita Kala Chakro Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. This you can do.
Okay.
Like that. When a Vaishnava wants to worship Ganesha, he chants Tadpada Pallabam Vinidhaya Kumbadandve Pranama Samayi Saganadi Raja Vignan Vinantimadamasa Jagatrasya Govindamadi Purusham Tamam Bhajami. These 2 verses will put.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. Okay, Mataji.
Okay.
Thank you.
गजेंद्र सुता प्रभु.
हरे कृष्ण माता जी. माता जी, मेरे से एक मेरे मित्र ने प्रश्न किया है कि शिव जी और गंगा का क्या संबंध है. वो बोलते हैं कि गंगा जो है शिव जी का माता करके कोई कहते हैं, तो इसका संबंध में मुझे बताइए. मैं बोला कि हमारे वरिष्ठ से पूछ के हम बताते बोले माता जी. तो मेरा इस प्रश्न का
गंगा भगवान के चरण कमलों से उनका उद्गम होता है. जब गंगा जी को बुलाया भगीरथ ने, तो वेग में आती हैं गंगा जी. जब वेग में आती हैं गंगा जी, तो पूरा जो धरती है, पूरे जो 14 भूवर है, ये सब कोलैप्स हो सकते थे, लेकिन शिव जी ने उन्हें अपने जटा में धारण किया. तो इस प्रकार से गंगा जी को जटा में धारण करके फिर उन्होंने स्लोली उनको छोड़ दिया. तो गंगा जी तो भगवान की प्रियसी है, भगवान की अंतरंगा शक्ति है. तो महान भक्त हैं गंगा जी, और शिव जी महान भक्त हैं. उन्होंने गंगा जी को हेल्प किया. ही हैज हेल्प्ड गंगा जी टू प्यूरिफाई द होल वर्ल्ड.
ओके माता. हरे कृष्ण.
Yes, Bipin, you have any doubt?
नो माता जी.
Your hands are up, Bipin. Bipin. Okay. So we'll stop here.
राधे राधे.
हाँ.
राधे राधे माता जी. हम
राधे
बिपिन
राधे.
नायक बोल रहे हैं.
बिपिन
अभी
नायक.
भगवत गीता बताता है, कृष्ण जी ने बताया माँ में कंग शरणं ब्रजा. अगर हम वो he is telling to pray him, तो अदर डेमी गॉड ये लोग को पूजा करने का है. Is it required?
That is what in the class, what did I say? मामेकम शरणम ब्रजा. ब्रजवासियों की तरह मेरे पास आ जाओ. ब्रजवासियों ने भी कात्यायनी व्रत किया, दुर्गा जी का व्रत किया, लेकिन किनको मांगा? कृष्ण को मांगा. जो देवताएं होते हैं भगवान के भक्त होते हैं. हमें कैसे अगर हमें पूजा करना है तो कैसे पूजा करना है? कृष्ण को मांगने के लिए पूजा करना है, लेकिन पूरी श्रद्धा है कि कृष्ण के पास समस्त देवताएं, कृष्ण की पूजा करते तो समस्त देवताओं का पूजा हो जाता है। ये पूरी श्रद्धा होती है तो आपको अलग से पूजा करने की आवश्यकता नहीं है, क्योंकि उन पूजा में समस्त पूजा आ जाता है।
हम हमेशा कृष्ण को पूजा करता है कि जगन्नाथ को पूजा करता है,
तो
हमको गणपति को पूजा करना जरूरी है?
गणपति का पूजा करना आवश्यक नहीं है, लेकिन पूजा करेंगे तो भी ज्ञान युक्त पूजा करना, क्योंकि आप गणेश को अनादर नहीं कर सकते हैं। गणपति का जब पूजा करते हैं तो भगवान को मांगने के लिए पूजा कर रहे हैं, जगन्नाथ को पूजा कर रहे हैं, वहां गणपति का पूजा हो जाता है।
अच्छा,
गणपति का पूजा वहां हो ही जाता है, लेकिन गणपति को रखते हैं क्योंकि हम उतने स्तर पर नहीं है, उस उच्च स्तर पर नहीं है कि हम जगन्नाथ के पास सब विघ्नों को रख के जा पाते हैं। इस विघ्नों को नाश करने के लिए गणपति का पूजा करते हैं, इसलिए मंदिरों में गणेश का विग्रह होता है, क्योंकि बद्ध जीवों के पास जो विघ्न है, जो कष्ट है, कि जब कष्ट होता है तो हम भगवान का स्मरण नहीं कर पाते हैं, जो 16 माला है वो भी नहीं कर पाते हैं, इसलिए प्रार्थना करते हैं। तो वो भी तो भगवान के भक्त हैं, एक भक्त के रूप में आप देवताओं का पूजा कर रहे हैं, लेकिन उन भक्त से आप भौतिक इच्छा नहीं मांग रहे हैं। इसलिए मैंने कहा बहुत एलर्जिक भी नहीं होना है, एट द सेम टाइम सर्वधर्मान परित्यज्य, इसका भी अर्थ पूरी तरह से जानना है। जैसे यहाँ आप देख रहे हैं गणपति, इसमें आप क्या देख रहे हैं? इन आल्टर में घर का आल्टर है, जगन्नाथ जी हैं, बलदेव जी, सुभद्रा जी हैं, कौन है? लक्ष्मी नरसिम्हा हैं, गरुड़ हैं,
हनुमान जी
हैं, माँ सुदर्शन भी हैं, रंगनाथ हैं, बालकृष्ण हैं, और चैतन्य महाप्रभु पंचतत्व हैं, हनुमान जी हैं, रामानुजर हैं, और हमारी गुरु शिष्य परंपरा है, हमारे गुरुदेव हैं।
अच्छा,
तो आवश्यक नहीं है और है, और किया तो भी कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं।
अच्छा,
अगर आपने गणेश का विग्रह नीचे रखा है, भगवान के चरणों में रखा है ना, तो क्या प्रॉब्लम है? तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं।
सेम मैनर हम भी कर रहा है, बट ये मेरे को डाउट था, इसीलिए पूछा।
नहीं करेंगे, वो पूरा दृढ़ विश्वास होना चाहिए कि मैंने रख दिया है तो उसमें समस्त देवी देवता आ गए हैं, वो पूरा हो गया है तो ठीक है। कभी कभी मूड आ जाता है ना भक्तों को, जैसे वरुण देवता का पूजा करने के लिए नंद बाबा का इच्छा हुआ, महादेव का पूजा करने के लिए नंद बाबा का इच्छा हुआ, नो प्रॉब्लम। कभी कभी भक्तों को भी इच्छा हो जाती है, चलो मैं स्पेशल एक पूजा कर लेता हूँ, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं, भक्ति मांगो।
करेक्ट,
कर ले हैं, भक्ति मांगो।
मैं कभी भी गणपति को पूजा करता है, क्योंकि महाराष्ट्र में रहकर ये तो पूजा करना चाहिए, क्योंकि एवरीबॉडी इज डूइंग, और
everybody is doing, so we should do, not necessary. If everybody is doing and I should do, not necessary.
नहीं, और भक्ति हम पूछते हैं फ्रॉम द बिगिनिंग।
भक्ति पूछ रहे हैं, नो प्रॉब्लम। भक्ति आप पूछ रहे हैं तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है।
ओके, राधे राधे, बहुत अच्छा लगा।
हरे कृष्ण। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यश्च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। समस्त वैष्णव वृंद की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय।
जय जय।
थैंक यू माता जी।